Just another beautiful autumn's morning. Far out, it's good, isn't it? It's gonna be another cracker. Good morning everyone, and what a morning it is. So today's actually Tuesday, and when I woke up Sunday morning I had that scary feeling that I never set my alarm. It wasn't that I'd slept through it, it was just that I'd forgot to set it. So nothing gets you out of bed quicker than that. And I got to the paddock to get the first herd in, and they were all standing at the gateway, which was a little bit weird because they usually don't do that. They sort of lying down in the paddock, which was quite handy though, because all I did was open the gate and they all came out. But it wasn't until Paul came and got the second herd, Dad's away at the moment, so Paul was giving me a bit of a hand, that he mentioned something about the time. And I thought, oh, it finally clicked and it all made sense. We have gone back an hour, so daylight saving has clocked around, and as you can see at the moment, it is just after, or it might be 6:30, double check. It's quarter to 7, and it's so light at the moment compared to how it was a couple of days ago, which is nice. Filter sock's pretty clean, there's a little bit of dirt on it, but I can't see much mastitis, which is good. Another milking down, and I say that because we are into April now, so we dry off in May, which is next month obviously, so there's only probably another, I don't know, maybe 50 milkings to go, and then we get a 7-week break for the winter, which will be nice, so kind of looking forward to it. Had another load of PK come in last night. Here's the docket here. Let's see how much we got. Net weight 11.2 tonnes. I'm sure I ordered 18. Might have to double check that. Although that looks like there's more than 10 there. Don't know, not sure. It's a bit funny. Although I'm just having a quick little glance, and it says shipped to Morrinsville or JA Udders Limited, and that's not us. So obviously he's given us the wrong packing list or docket. So he's obviously got the dockets around the wrong way, but that's alright because there will be 18 tonnes in the bunker there, which is what I ordered. But he wasn't an H-plated truck, so usually they fit, I think it's 12 tonne on the truck and then they get 18 on the trailer, but his was an H-plated truck. I didn't actually see him, I just seen him drive down the road, and it had sort of 3 axles at the back, which you sort of know. So I'm not sure what they can fit on their trailers. Maybe they can get 20 or 22. Not sure. If you do know, let me know, that'd be quite interesting. But he did take out this wire, so this is attached to the watershed or the water tank tower right at the top there, and it goes straight across the yard to an insulator which is on top of the shed, because the power pack for the farm, or the electric fence unit, is in that shed over there. He must have just caught the trailer when he was tipping or lowering it, must have just caught it and pulled it down, which it's no real big deal. It's pretty easy to connect back up again. It's just another thing though. It'd probably be easy. I hate these overhead wires. I hate them with a passion. There's another one from the top of the tank and it goes all the way over to the feed pad there, which that's not quite so bad because nobody really goes there to get it hooked up and it is pretty high. But maybe I should pull the fence unit out of there and put it in this shed here, and then we can eliminate this and people hitting it. It was actually quite funny the other day. Well, I guess I can laugh now, but when Darcy came to have a look at the maze, he had a new drone with him, and we were sitting here and I went and put it on the ground. I didn't realise, and he took off with the drone and it went straight up and hooked the wire, and it hooked them with like the two front ones, and the drone thought it was sort of, well, it put more power into the back, and it was just spinning like this around the wire, doing big loops, until we finally figured out how you sort of emergency stop it. And then when we did, it just crashed to the ground, but luckily it didn't actually break it, which was quite surprising. They're pretty fragile, those drones, and I know how much they cost to get fixed because I have hit a tree with mine. But yeah, he was pretty lucky there. He was going to send it away, but then it started working, so got off a little bit scot-free on that one. But it'd be really handy just to get rid of it completely. It'd make things so much easier. The only thing is that from that insulator, there's another wire that goes across over the paddock there, and you can hit it with a tractor if you're not careful. Like, it's pretty low. It actually goes to that tree, which brings power to up around my house there, and that's about it actually. So if we did take the power from up there, it wouldn't really matter. I guess we could put a portable fence unit on when there's animals around there. But I was kind of thinking, because the feed pad's there, I could dig like a underground cable around and then put it on this fence. This fence down there really needs replacing, like it's pretty shot. So put a new fence in, put power on it, and then I can sort of get power back out this way again. So it wouldn't be too hard, just not really like on the urgent list of jobs that need doing anyway. I've just given these girls a drench and they're heading back to the paddock now, but they are booked in to go down to Mervs on the 30th of April, and that's when the R2s will come back on the same day. So they'll probably bring the R2s back, put them in the yard, and then they'll grab these girls and take them back to Mervs. But I'm pretty sure it's April and not the 1st of May, which actually isn't that far away now really, so I need to tag them, but got a couple of weeks to do that. However, it's time to chuck these young girls on the Chicory. Always first, that cow, 193. I don't know if you can see this very well, but 193, I was just having a look, so she's a 3-year-old. Got an alright BW, PW's pretty good for her age group. Oh, she's at a 130. That's awesome. So 130 is one of my favourite cows, and she is pregnant, due on the 6th of August to Titus, which is awesome too. That's quite a, well, I think quite a nice bull, so hopefully we'll get a few calves by him this year, so looking forward to that calf. Hopefully it's a heifer, and she's side by Champ, so not a bad bull either, so looking forward to seeing how she goes in the future. When she gave a heifer calf last year, Latitude, sire, 2238. Nice. It's good family coming about. This is the last grazing that they will get off this Chicory now. So they've got today's break and then tomorrow's break the next side of that. So after they're done, I'll wind that fence up, then they can come straight on there tomorrow. Usually what would happen, there would be a fence on this side of them, so they would be back fenced on there, so they can't get onto the break before and eat the new regrowth. But what I've done is I have wound up all the fences, or all the back fences, so that if they want, they can go and chew whatever they want in this paddock. And you can sort of see a bit of growth coming back from these chicory plants that have been grazed from a few days ago, and the reasoning behind that was we want this stuff to have a bit of a growth but not too much, so we don't want it to grow back too much, but so it's pretty consistent with the rest of the paddock. Usually there would be a fence down to this side of them too, which means they're back fenced on, so that they're only allowed on this break here. They can't go back and eat the regrowth. But at the moment I have wound up all the fences that were through here, all the breaks, so once they're finished where they are, they can get back onto all this stuff and have a pick at whatever they want. You can sort of see these plants have, or where they were grazed a couple of days ago, some sort of growth has come back on them. And the reason behind that is because then they can just go and have a pick at whatever they want. We sort of want the paddock pretty even, like we don't want it to grow back too much because we're going to come and spray it out. We do want a little bit of regrowth though, because when you spray it you do need a little bit of leaf coverage. So they're going to be finished there tomorrow, which is Wednesday. Just have to think about this. So Dad's getting back Friday, which means we'll probably try spray it out maybe Sunday, Monday, weather permitting, which should give it enough time. And they've still got that other paddock to go too, so we'll sort of get this one sprayed out. They can come and drill this. This is going in permanent. There's a little bit of willow weed down the bottom there, so I'm thinking I might give it a good spray and then bring the mower in and just top it to make it a little bit easier. We'll try and probably hit this paddock pretty hard with a spray or glyphosate. Maybe I should ring up and see if we should add something to it to try and knock all the weeds and grasses around a little bit more. It is pretty weedy, like you can see there's sort of callies there, and see all this grass that's still here. This is some sort of like a summery grass, and this is the stuff we really want to kill because it sort of mats up and kills out the ryegrass when we plant it. There's these other weeds here, I'm not sure what they're called, and those ones too. So there's a lot of different species through here, so if we could add something to it to sort of help with this, then it's probably not a bad idea, because that's the whole aim of it, just to get a good crop of grass after this. It's actually really weedy. There's big patches through here just full of summer grass, and through there. This paddock's exactly the same, so all the fences are up through here. There is probably about 12 days worth, so what I'll do, just put them in here come Thursday and then just work my way that way. That annual's a little bit more resilient, which that paddock will be going into, so it's quite important that we want to get the perennial in first, just to give it like a better chance to grow before it gets a bit cold. Might as well just give him a ring now. Hope.
Oh, g'day mate, how you going?
Lee, I'm good, how are you?
Yeah, not too bad, thanks mate.
I have a question for you. So I'm going to be spraying out the chicory in about a week, or maybe just less than a week, but it is quite weedy. Like there's quite a bit of summer grass in there underneath. So my question is there something I can add to the spray to sort of try and help take care of it a bit more, or just like put a stronger brew of Roundup in?
You can go a slightly stronger brew, and we can add in some zero.
Yep.
I've just done it for another guy, but there is a bit of a plant bank. What you're putting permanent back in there?
Yeah, one paddock's permanent, one's annual.
Yeah, so there is a 14-day withhold for clovers.
Oh yeah, okay. So it wouldn't matter with the annual.
No, it wouldn't matter with the annual.
But for the
any permanent, yep.
It's probably worth it though, eh?
Oh, definitely. It just helps save and not get a burn down on some of those bad weeds.
Yeah. Do you want to send me through a price if that's alright, please?
Yep.
And could I also get another 2 tonne of lime, please?
2 tonne of lime? Yep, no worries, mate. When do you need that by?
Oh, just whenever you need a job or whatever, or you're looking for something to do.
Yeah, no, all good, mate. That's sweet as.
Alright.
Okay, I'll get you that price, mate. No worries.
Nah, cheers, thanks heaps for that, Lee. Oh, there we go, 2 options. So it probably is worth adding that zero in with it, or you could just add more glyphosate, but I think if it's not too expensive, then maybe it's probably just worth it, giving it that touch up, and then you got to wait 2 weeks to plant. But in the scheme of things, it's probably worth it. I'll have to think about that one anyway. At least it's something for me to ponder. If you are wondering why I don't just come and direct drill straight into this and why I'm spraying it out, well, the weeds is obviously one reason, but the other one is that this chicory grows pretty quick. So if you plant something in there and then this gets up and overshadows it, then it kind of shadows out the grass, and you're not getting that real good strike. I have heard of someone that just direct drill straight annual into it. They don't spray it out, but when the chicory does get up, they come and bring the cows in and sort of take the tops off so the annual gets enough sun. But I don't know, I'm not a big fan of that, or I'm not real keen to try it. I'll just try and take care of the weeds and spray it out with it. Here's number 130, so this is the mother of that 193. Real nice cow. It's a bit unfortunate though, because when she was a heifer, she cut her teat, that one right there, on a bit of barbed wire, and it's never held milk, so when she comes in full it just squirts out. So that quarter's not quite right, and she's got a real high somatic cell count. And then I think she got mastitis in the front left, and that's completely dry, so she's only milking off like 2.5 quarters, and she's still doing like real well, producing, or she's probably one of the better producers in there. But my plan was to carve her and then cull her because of her cell count, and she's still in the herd at the moment. I didn't plan to keep her this long, so I didn't put a real good bull over her. I just used sort of like a just semen in the bank that I wanted to get rid of, and it's a bit of a shame because she has given me a couple of heifer calves and they're doing real well. I think there's one that's due to come in, maybe, no, did she have a heifer calf this year or a bull calf? I'll have to have a look. But she's got 2 heifer calves, or 2 cows that are milking at the moment, I think, and they're both doing pretty well. So I kind of want to use her as like a brood cow almost. Like, be good to dry her off, chuck her to run off and just keep getting her in calf, but that's not really that sustainable. Go to reproduction. So she said 2 heifers, 3 bulls, so that's 1930, that's the one in the paddock. And then, okay, so she's got a heifer this year, and the sire of Banff, so Banff's a pretty good bull, and BW 390, so that's pretty good for our herd. Like, that's quite high, which is what you want. And that's pretty much the reason why I'm pretty keen to mate the heifers this year, because you don't have to wait like another year to sort of get those genetics through your herd. You're a year earlier, so hopefully that's going to go ahead. We're still thinking about it, but sort of leaning towards the side of doing them. But I don't know, maybe I should just keep her and keep her calf. If she is a heifer, then maybe it's fate just to keep her, but I don't know. She's not going to go just yet, so I've still got a little bit of time to make up my mind. At the end of the day though, she has given me 2 replacements, and that's what we all want, but it would be nice having 3. There's probably, well, you could go down the route of like taking embryos from her, but it's an expensive route. There's probably 2 cows I'd do it for. She's probably one of them. And the other one's this 52 here, which is the lame one. And she hasn't given me any replacements yet. It's just how it is, I guess. Come on. I have actually topped in front of these girls tonight. I actually did it last night as well, but it's mainly not really to keep the quality. Like, the quality in this grass isn't bad, but there's just quite a lot of white daisy in this break, or in this side of the paddock, so just really to clean that up. There's a few thistles, but it should look much better now. Kind of like this, just not as many kellies, and there's way more daisies. Always love this time of the night. Sun's going down, all the colours look real vibrant. Always look like you got a little bit more grass than you actually do. I'm thirsty girls. I was going to push this PK up and sort of compact it a bit, but it's not windy, it's not going to rain, so you can wait till tomorrow. But that'll pretty much do it for this video, guys. So hopefully you enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs up if you did, that'd be awesome. And apart from that, see you next time.